Hey everyone, it's your girl Boss Lady Lexi here, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you some questions that I will be asking my adopted family so that I could get a feel of who they are. So stay tuned.
She's mighty, just letting it all hang out, 'cause she's a brick house. She's rocking it 1 pound at a time, rocking it 1 pound at a time. A brick house, hashtag 1 pound at a time.
Hello everyone, it is your girl Boss Lady Lexi. How is everyone doing today? Welcome everyone to this voiceover of this video. This is a very special video. It's gonna probably be in 2 parts. So I just ask that you sit back, relax, enjoy, grab yourself some popcorn or your favorite little snack. This video today is going to be very informative. I'm going to be answering some questions. Well, not actually answering them, but giving you reasons why I would be asking these questions. And I will be asking, these are some of the questions that I have chosen that I want to ask my new parents when I get adopted, with going through the process. I plan on asking everyone. Everyone will be asked the same questions, and just going off of the vibes and body composure, those type of things will lead me to who my next set of parents are going to be. Well, I've never really had any parents because I was just a foster child living in a foster home. So let's get into some of these questions. And I would start the way I want to start there. It's not in any particular order or anything like that. So I want to, just get into the questions. I would ask, what are your parenting styles? Now, granted, we also have to realize that I am a grown adult, and even though I am a grown adult, I still would like to know what their parenting styles are, and like what would they request of me. I want to know how they brought their children up, because there will be, their grandchildren will be coming to their house, and I want to know like what their discipline styles are, that type of thing. My next question to them would be, what is your religion? I would explain like what my religion is, and if they're not a part of or knowing what my religion is, I would explain to them. And for those of you that want to know, my religion is Pentecostal. Of course, I would want to know how many children they have, how many grandchildren they have, if they've even gotten to that stage of great-great-grandchildren. I would want to know, all of that. I would want to know their hobbies, their interests, things that they're interested in. I want to try to get a feel for their personality. Like maybe one of their hobbies, when we meet up, I'm sorry, y'all. When we meet up, maybe we could do one of their hobbies, together. And that way I could really, really, again, get to learn through, learn this person through their hobbies, arts, crafts, whatever their body language, again, because that's going to play a major key role in me selecting who my adopted parents are going to be. It just is that way. I would want to know why they chose me, that they would want to adopt me. I really want to know why. Because that's really, really important to know why. What sparked their interest in me? What is it about me that they really liked? I definitely would want to know that. And not just only me, I'm quite sure my children will have their own questions that they would ask because that would be their grandparents. And I'm sure they both would have their own different questions, and because they don't want to just have anybody that just walks up and say, hey, I want to be your mom's mom and your grandparents, but yet they have nothing, like they don't have what do I want to say? They don't have what it takes. I'm going to put it like that. They don't have like a real interest. Maybe they're doing it because of popularity, for some clout or something to that effect. I don't know, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for someone that is sincere, someone that's really going to love me and my daughters and my grandson and bring us into their family as one. And then if they have children, it just goes that it's so much, to be involved. Like, what do their family members think about them adopting a grown woman with a family? Because I'm quite sure that their family would have, I'm trying to think of the word and I could feel it, reservations about, motives as to what this person, or when I say this person, I'm talking about myself, would want from them. And again, I don't want anything, no monetary, anything like that. I'm really into this as, parents, someone that's going to love me, respect me, and give me as much love and affection and attention, as parents do, My next question I would have is, I just probably touch bases on this. How would this adoption affect your life? Do you know anyone who has ever adopted an adult or a child? I would really want to know that. And especially if they knew someone who adopted a child, and if they have never adopted an adult person but a child, what was your take on that? And how do you feel as though your friends did with raising the child or are raising the child? You know, I really want to just basically talk to them. I want to know about their family dynamics. I want to know again about what their religion is and what type of church they go to, and attend the church service, with them to see if they're not like in my denomination. What their church service is like, and those type of things, because even though I don't have to go to their church, but I would like to visit their church and make sure that if I was going to, visit, that I'm going to be fed the word of God and I can understand, what the pastor is saying, and if the pastor's message could, reach down into my heart, those type of things. And yeah. I would ask them what makes relationships strong. And what I mean that is, this would be, mother and daughter, father and daughter relationship, and I want to know what build what characteristics or personality traits do you think you could build upon, or they could build upon, with something that's new to them? Because again, when you become a parent, there is no rule book, of how to raise a child. There just isn't one. And again, there definitely isn't a rule book on how to raise an adult child. That someone's new coming into your home. There's someone new that's grown, coming into your life. And it's not a temporary thing. This is permanent. It is legal, through the court system, that, hey, blank, 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 blank is now the sole parent of blank, 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 blank. And it's like it's forever. Written down in stone. It's there. So it's not like I can say, oh, I've changed my mind. I don't want you to be my mother. I want somebody else. No, it does not work that way. Once it's official, it's official. So it's going to take some time to actually find that right parent for me. It's not like I can go through a lineup like you would, to say, oh, can you spot out the person who did this to you? Oh, well then, yeah, that's the no. It can't work that way. And I don't want it to work that way. I want it to be, like I said, a process of, interviewing them. Have you had a criminal past? Are you a pedophile? You want to know all these things. Well, at least when I say you, I'm talking about myself as in, I guess, first person or second person. I don't know. But that's how I want to go about this, because it is very, very important. And I know a lot of you all are probably saying, oh, we never even, thought of, how deep it is. And it is a very, very, very deep process, you know. And that's why I said, when I say I want to, make a post and go here and go there and do this and do that, I'm serious about doing that, because people probably have never even heard of such a thing, or never even thought of adopting a grown woman or a grown son or grown person, so just because I may have a billboard up saying adopt me, it takes time. It's not like it's gonna happen overnight or in a month or 2 months, because I'd rather have more options and nail my options down to like maybe 3 parents, and then from out of those 3 parents narrow it down to like 2 parents, and then I choose my final parent between the 2. And like I said, it takes a lot. It's going to take a lot of writing things down, processing, because everybody's going to have like a folder. I'm going to put everything in, eat their own particular folder. So when it comes down to my questions and answers, I'm going to have to like do like some shorthand or something like that to figure out, who is the best person for me, and I might even have to get somebody who knows how to do shorthand, to write down everything that, the person is saying, and then go back and process it so that I can definitely understand, because like I said, it's no easy task. And I'm sure it is going to be easy to eliminate people based on their answers, and their demeanor. So moving on to the next question, I want to know like where have they lived, where were they raised, I want to know about their education, what did they major in, how far did they go in school, how would they incorporate this adoption into their children's lives? How would they talk to their family about me? When would they want me, to meet their children? That type of thing. And I don't think this is going to be a two-part. I think I'm just basically answering a lot of these questions going through these questions really, really fast, and I'm just narrowing them down. I would want to know if they did work. I definitely want to know what their work schedule is, because I wouldn't want to be a burden and call during the wrong times if I had more questions. Definitely want to know if they know anything about social media. The second thing I would want to know like is their email address, so just in case if I have questions, I can always email them to ask more questions. And I'm quite sure they would have 1,072,000 questions for me. I'm sure they would, and I would want to answer those questions as honestly as I could, whether I am ashamed of answering those questions or not. I still will, answer those questions that they would have for me, whether they be good, bad, the ups, the downs, the ins, the outs. Let me see. And okay, I did talk about how did they want to choose me. I'm trying to think. I definitely want to know their favorite color, and if they are spiritual, I would want to know like what is their favorite verse in the Bible. What is their favorite thing to eat? What is their favorite thing to cook? Because those are two different things. You could like to cook something, but you may not like what you're cooking. And then you may like to eat something, but you don't like to cook it. So, I definitely would want to know that. I would like to know, like, what was their first vacation? What was their childhood like? I would want to know if they have a lot of friends. How well do they know their neighbors? Those type of things, because I would try to see if they are introvert or an extrovert. Just based on, some of those questions, because I know for me, I'm like a standoffish type of person. You probably won't believe it, but I am. I'm very quiet. I sip to myself. I go to events and stuff like that, I'm always sitting there by myself. Um, I'm not really one to get up and socialize. I should say I just, sit there, and if someone comes over and talks to me, they do. If they don't, oh well. And 9 times out of 10, they don't, because I guess they feel like if she wanted to talk, she would have came over and talked to us. But that's just how I am. Just very to myself. And believe it or not, my phone does not ring. It does not ring at all. If it does ring, it's either my kids or Soulful T, my sister, FaceTiming me. Other than that, it does not ring at all. Period. And that goes as well as texting as well. I just don't have anybody to text or to talk to. I am definitely, truly a loner. Sometimes I wish my life wasn't like that, but it is. Let me see. And if they're retired, how many vacations do you take a year? Again, does your vacations evolve around your hobbies? I would want to know that. When will they talk to me, talk about me to, if they have children, other family? When do you anticipate on telling them, or if you've already have spoken to them, because they may have in advance to see what their children is like, or when would you share my social media page with your children so that they could, or family, friends, so that they could get a feel of who I am? When would you do that? I would ask them, were they nervous? Were they nervous about going through this process? What, I know this word reservation keeps coming to me every time I think of something, so I'm just going to say reservation. Do they have, and I just want to know whether it's good or bad. Would you hold malice or, hatred towards me and my family if you were not chosen to be a part of the final three, or if you weren't chosen to be my adopted parents? Would you hold that against me? That definitely right there, their answer would definitely play a part in my decision. Let me see, what else did I have? Because some of these questions, just trying to read through all of this scribble scrap that I have written here on this piece of paper. I can't really think of anything else that I want to say when it comes down to the questions, because I can't think. But I'm quite sure, like I said, there might be a part two of more questions that I would have for them. I just gotta think on it a little bit more, or maybe I may have just overlooked some that I have scribble scrapped on this piece of paper. But I'm just really intrigued about this process, because this is something that I've been wanting so long. The only thing that I regret about this process is that I should have done it earlier in my years, but it never even crossed my mind, really. I don't think that it crossed my mind, to be honest with you all. That would be my only regret. Um, but at 54, and remember, I started this at 53. So, like I said, the pandemic has slowed it down, but I'm still working on this day and night. I think about it day and night, 24 hours of the day, even in my sleep. I go to sleep thinking about it. So I'm just looking forward, to getting this process started. Um, I know what my part two will be. You'll be surprised at what the part two is going to be. So I thank you all so much. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below and I will answer.